Most people think LPDA antennas are difficult to design, but the basic idea is actually much simpler than most people realize. You're not designing one antenna, you're designing a repeating structure where each element is slightly smaller than the last. And when it's done correctly, an LPDA can cover a huge frequency range with directional gain. In this video, I'll show you the simple method used to design a basic LPDA antenna. An LPDA uses multiple elements of different lengths. The longer elements work better at lower frequencies. The shorter elements work better at higher frequencies. And as the operating frequency changes, the active region shifts along the antenna. That's what allows the antenna to cover a wide bandwidth. But the important part is this. The elements are not random. Their lengths follow a control pattern, and their spacing also follows a control pattern. The first step in designing an LPDA antenna is choosing the frequency range. For example, let's say we want the antenna to operate from 700 MHz to 2700 MHz. The longest element is based on the lowest frequency, because lower frequencies require longer elements. Now for the LPDA, the first calculation we do is to calculate the length of the longest element, which is at 700 MHz. So we use this simple equation here. L is equal to 143 over F. F stands for the frequency, which is 143 over 700, which is equal to 0.204 meters or 20 centimeters. So the length of the longest element is 20 centimeters. Now we have our antenna here with the longest element here at the beginning, which is 20 centimeters in length. Now we're going to use this scaling factor of 0.9, which is 90%. So in other words, each one of these elements will be 90% of the element before it. So for instance, L2 would be 20 centimeters times 0.9, which is equal to 18 centimeters. So the length of L2 is 18 centimeters. L3, we would use this same 18 centimeters times 0.9, and we'll get the length of L3, which is 16.2 centimeters. And now for L4, that would be 16.2 centimeters, which is the length of L3 times 0.9, which is equal to 14.58 centimeters for L4. And we would continue using the same equation for all of the other elements right to the end. The spacing also follows a pattern. As the elements become smaller, the spacing usually becomes smaller too. This helps maintain consistent antenna behavior across the frequency range. If the spacing is wrong, performance drops quickly, and that's one of the biggest mistakes people make when building LPDA antennas. Unlike a dipole, an LPDA is directional. Most of the signal energy is focused forward. That gives the antenna gain. And because the antenna covers multiple frequencies, LPDAs are often used for telecommunications, radio monitoring, wideband systems, and test applications. The key idea behind LPDA design is control scaling, different element lengths, consistent spacing, and an active region that shifts with frequency. This is the third video in the LPDA design series. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You can find links to the other videos in the playlist or in the description below. In the next video, I'll show you the biggest LPDA design mistakes and how they can seriously reduce antenna performance. See you in the next one.